Hello and welcome to Old Lady Plays. I'm Kate, the old lady, and this is Tips for the Advanced Football Manager number 17. Today I want to talk to you about the advantages of a small squad. I see so many people playing with these enormous squads, and I know that there are countries in which this is normal, like Italy, for instance. But nonetheless, it is completely unmanageably huge, some of these squads, and I think that people don't recognize the advantages of a small squad. Um, so you'll notice that, for instance, my squad here is maxed at 25 players. I've only got 22. Um, and in part that's because this is during the transfer window and I've had a couple of outs, but I've also had a couple of ins, so that's pretty similar. We're not gonna break 24, that's for sure. And the reason for that is that I like a small squad, and the reason I like a small squad is because I manage by dynamics. And from a dynamics point of view, the more players you have, the worse your dynamics are going to be. Flat out, they are going to be worse. Why? Because balancing the playing time that everyone needs is very difficult. Because if you rotate enough to balance everyone's playing time, you're going to disjoint your team enough that you're going to be losing all the time. This is not good. Now, granted, it can be done, all right? I'm not saying it's impossible or anything, because I know that people will then pop up with examples of how possible it is. Of course, it's possible. But what we're talking about here is enhancing your ability to reach success. So, it's up to you. You can look at it either way. But the way that that works is that the more people you have in your squad, the more opportunities you have for friction between players, the more opportunities you have for friction between players and you, because there's more players, there's more opportunity for people to be jealous about their each other's salaries. It just increases the risk of all the ways in which things can go bad dynamically for your team. So that it's just generally a much better idea. It's also better for your budget and obviously, as well. But make sure that you keep a small squad where you can. If you have a development squad, use it. Put people in it and let them play there. If you don't, send people out on loan. All right, use the loan system. Get yourself a loan manager if you're at the tier where that makes sense, and let them manage the loans. They find loans really well, and a lot better than you can generally do. And if you can set the parameters so that they'll get the right loan, so it's a pretty good system. But generally speaking, you want to keep on hand a small squad. You could have a large squad, you put them to your B team, you put them to the loan system, you make sure that you whittle down that squad until you've got at least 2 players for every position. You want at least a player and a backup for every position. And 1 or 2 extras. I tend to have a lot of suspensions and stuff in my back line, so I like to keep a utility defender as an extra sort of player if I can get one. If not, a center back is generally what I'll get. So anyway, that's the idea, is to give you some thoughts about the advantages of a small squad. I hope you found this useful. If you did, I know it's a little different from some of the other ones that I've done, but I think it has its uses as well. Um, but if you did enjoy it, hit like, drop a subscribe, do the thing where you tweet about it, or whatever, share it, and I hope you have a great day, and take care. Eventually.